On this video, I'm going to show you the 4 steps that Iman Gadzhi did and went through in order to grow his social media following, specifically on YouTube, into the millions and millions of followers. At the point that I'm recording this video, Iman, I think that's how you say it, is at 3.15 million subscribers on YouTube. And his videos are getting hundreds of thousands of views, if not millions. I'm going to show you again the 4-step process that he went through. So I have all 4 of these steps right here, and we're going to walk through each and every one. What's up, guys? If you're new here, my name is Nico, and I make videos about social media growth, lead generation, making money online, online businesses, how to generate profitable online businesses. There's 4 different ways you can go about it. And I'll talk more about that. But if you do want to ever learn more, you can go to my website, which is mentorwithnick.com. And it'll take you to a video that walks you through the 4-step process, or excuse me, the 4 ways that you can build a profitable online business. Okay, it's pretty cool. So anyways, let's dive in. I thought this was really powerful. I learned about this actually yesterday on how Iman was growing so quickly with such just rapid growth, and he just seemed to be going viral. I see his shorts all over the place. So I figured I would dissect this a little bit if you guys are looking to grow your YouTube channel or even just social media in general. So I want to walk you through this. This is a website called Social Blade, and you can come in here and basically check out people's growth and kind of see the trajectory that they're on. But I thought this was really interesting. So at the time I'm recording this video, it's September 2023, and you can see that's a year ago he really hit a spike. This was 1 year ago, and in 1 year he went from 477,000 to at a little over 3 now, a little over 3 million. So that's what 2x, I don't know, 5x, what would that be? That would be like 6x his audience size essentially in 1 year. And then before that, if we go back another year, he was at 175. So you can kind of see this was a 2-year transition from when he was just pretty steady Eddie, 159, wasn't even really growing, 160, 161. So he started growing like 1,000 followers a month. And then once he hit September, then it really started cranking. So I want to show you how he was able to do this in 2 years, how he was able to go from 175,000, just growing a couple thousand followers a day, to then really hitting this spurt where in a year he grew, he basically 4x'd his audience size. And then again, from there, he went like 6x to 3.1 million. So that's pretty powerful stuff. If you're not familiar with this guy, this is him. I've started consuming a lot of his content. He's 22 years old. From what I understand, his net worth is into the hundreds of millions of dollars. He has a very systematic and smart way on how he focuses on money and how he grows his money. But that's not the point of this video. I want to show you basically how he grew his social media following. Okay, so let's start with point number 1, and that's really, he elevated his communication, and on top of that, he increased his volume. So if you come down here, and it's a little challenging to see exactly when all this was going down. Let's actually scroll down. We can probably see it. So this would essentially be 2. Let's get all the videos that were 3 years, that were less than 3 years. So right here is where the 2-year videos essentially start. So this is kind of where he started, where it started getting some growth. So 1, he started putting out a lot of content. He had been putting out content before, but if you watch his videos, any of these that go from like the 2 to 3 year, you'll notice a big difference in his communication. Just the way he speaks, the more articulate he is, the way he's able to explain things and share stories. Like, that's always going to be the basis and the primary thing. Like, you can't grow on social media without good communication. You can't grow without being able to speak in some capacity, whether that is written, or it depends on what kind of platform, but everything is transitioning towards videos these days. So if you want to really grow on social media, I would strongly recommend that you elevate your communication. Okay, I just kind of stuck your nose. Elevate your communication. That's really going to elevate your social media growth. Okay, so that's one of the first things that, again, across the whole thing that I'm going to just continue to tell you is volume. Volume is king. Content is king. The more content you can put out, the better. And that's why we're consistently putting out more content on here after taking a little bit of a hiatus myself. Okay, so if you guys are not subscribed yet, make sure to do so right now. So after he elevated his communication, he got a lot better at speaking. What was the next point that he did? Well, 1 second here. Okay, so then he elevated his content, meaning like he just started understanding the content. He started actually going after a broader audience, which I'll show you here in a second. But he made it more engaging. He made people want to actually listen and sit through all of his videos, as well as he elevated the thumbnails. And the reason that these are the two important parts is because thumbnails are all about click-through rates, which means it's actually someone sees that picture of the video. So like, for example, these are all thumbnails. If you're not familiar, these are thumbnails. And so they started elevating their thumbnails. So you can see like right here, this is significantly different. Like these are just like, they're not bad by any means whatsoever, but you can just see a noticeable difference like right here. Boom. Like it's just different. You can, there's a different feel to it. And you can notice that like it's probably getting more clicks. And I know from what he's explained on his videos that like I think he has 3 full-time thumbnail editors to make sure that they are getting the best thumbnails. And a lot of times you can split test them. There's an app called TubeBuddy that I'll put a link down below in the description. But this is a tool that can help you really start split testing those thumbnails so that you can really figure out what is going to be the one that is going to be performing the best. Because when you have a higher, like if you have one that has a 1% click-through rate and you have another that has a 3% click-through rate, that instantly means that you're getting 3 times more views on the video as opposed to if you had the 1% click-through rate. So it's really imperative. And I know that like Netflix tests the heck out of this to make sure they're getting people to, you know, click on their shows more and more. So that's really, really powerful. Getting better at doing thumbnails is gonna massively help out. Okay. Now on top of that is watch time, and that's why I talk about how he elevated content. He made his like, it kind of combines with his communication, but they just started making started making videos that were more engaging. So, and also a broader audience, as I mentioned right here. So you can see like if we scroll back down to like 1.0 version, I would say is like he was talking more like Facebook ads, SMMA, vlog, and then he was doing like ClickFunnels stuff and testimonials, and like none of that stuff is bad by any means, but he was just like, he was kind of niching himself down. He was a big SMMA guy, which is social media marketing agency, which is really how he started building his money up and his business up. But you can see he was kind of like pigeonholing himself into that. You see the thumbnails are significantly different here. So once he made that shift, he started making just more like broader content. 250. This makes me. He doesn't say SMMA. He says this makes me $250,000 per month. Reading books, e-commerce, books, beginner friendly, cold showers. You can just see it's like it's a broader audience now. It's not so much just SMMA. Like yes, he'll throw one in there every once in a while, but he's really wanting to attack a broader audience, and that's really important for step number 3. So I want to show you this, and I thought this was really genius and something I hadn't necessarily thought about on the YouTube side of things. But I don't know why this isn't showing. This is kind of bugging me. Anyways, this is number 3. He started collaborating with big YouTubers. So something that he did that I thought was just like really smart is basically he reached out to people that had similar audiences that he wanted to attract. So he's 22 years old, so he wants to attract in like those type of kids that he can really start building up. And he started looking at who are the other guys in the market space that has that type of audience that I could tap into. And so there was 2 guys right away. There's this guy Hazma, and then there's this other guy I'll show you here in a second. But I thought this was really, really smart. And basically what he did is I just type in Iman, and he's got 3 specific videos that are dedicated to Iman. And you can see one got 78,000 views, one got 137,000 views, and then the one got 1.2 million views. And basically, I won't play these videos, but basically what happened was Iman actually flew these guys out and gave them the ultimate experience to like show them the lifestyle and really wow them. And so basically you could see this is interesting too. He tagged him in 2 videos and then didn't tag him in another video, and I would imagine that's the reason why this one got more views. But basically he just kind of like vlogged, essentially kind of like a vlog, about how, and just hyping him up and how much he really just wowed him, and it was such a cool experience. And so like giving people a reason on why they would want to promote you. It's one thing to collab and like meet up and say, hey, would you make a video about me? But it's another thing to be like, hey, I'm going to fly you out on business class. I'm going to show you all the nightclubs. I'm going to take you out, smoke cigars, show all the girls and all that kind of stuff. Give them an experience, so then they're becoming an ultimate fan. So they're like really vouching for them. And then the same exact thing happened with Jordan Welsh, who has, 1.5 million, not as big as the other guy of 2 million, but still big. So I come in here and search out Iman, and then he did a more of a vlog style of actually when he went out there. And then there's also a round table. I didn't necessarily look at this one, but he was one of the people in that video as well. But he did a complete vlog style where he went out and he talked about how he flew him out there, and this one got 1.9 million views. So you can see how he just instantly got an incredible amount of traction, and that's why he was able to really tackle and really start growing a lot, because of the fact that he just instantly got an influx of new exposure. And then the last one that kind of tied it all together was he launched short form. So before I don't think he did a ton of short form, but basically what he did after this, he like, and these were just a couple quick examples, but he collabed with a bunch of people, got on a bunch of podcasts. He just basically did this big growth spurt, and then he kind of cut that off. And then from there, he has a bunch of content. He has all these content from all these podcasts. He has more content. Again, that's why I said here is he just continues to increase the volume at which he puts out content, because now he has the capability for an editor. He hires an editor, and I think he has a full staff, a full team now of editors that are just going into all of his content and just chopping up into short form. And we know that gives you massive exposure. But what's really gonna like take him to the next level, which has taken him to the next level, and that's allowing him to like really increase his net worth, is getting people to his YouTube channel. And that's why I even made this video, is because it's so powerful to have long form content, this amount of reach on a long form platform. But what he did, I want to show you this, is he created, these are a couple of the ones that I know about, and I know he has some TikToks and some other Instagrams and stuff like that. But you can see that they just started dumping videos onto this channel, and they built it up to 168,000 on this one. This is Iman Gadzhi Moments, and then this is Iman Gadzhi Unscripted. And this one, this is a shorter one, but I think there's plenty of other channels as well that he created. And we're not talking about TikTok, we're talking about Instagram, YouTube Shorts, and it's just, you can see like they have almost 2,000 videos, and you can see it's a combination of these shorts. So it's just a ton of videos of shorts. I mean, I think they're uploading like 5 a day at least, and then you can see like how many, some of these are getting like 8.7 million, 6.7, 4.1, and then they even have some longer ones that are like a minute, a little bit over a minute, so like 4 minutes, 2 minutes. So they're just testing, they're just like dumping content, and I imagine that they're just like making a ton of these channels. So that's kind of the 4-step framework for how Iman Gadzhi, and again, I think I'm saying that correctly, grew millions and millions of YouTube subscribers in really less than 1 year. I know we talked about in the beginning is like he went from 175 to 400, and then boom, from 400 to 3.1 million. So that's kind of how he did it. Take that kind of formula and see how you can apply it to yourself, because it's really, really powerful. Obviously, like he goes to a larger extent than what most people would be able to do, but think about how you can start elevating your communication, how you can speak better, how you can have more inflection in your voice, so you can be a better storyteller, so you can engage people. And then on top of that, how can you start increasing the volume? maybe it's you just start making selfie videos, and then you hire a team, and then you kind of go on that rate. And then think about this, the thumbnails, and how do you like create content that's actually, has a broader perspective on like how it can really bring people in, because like when you go after a broader audience, then you can go work with broader, bigger YouTube channels, and then it sucks in more people. Because if you're very niche and you're just going after something like Facebook ads, and you get on some big platform, it's not like, not all those people are going to want to like come join, right? So just think about that. If you do want to stay niche, then go after other collaborators that are more niche. So that's a good idea as well. So then number 4 is just, short form is really, I would say, king right now to a degree. It just depends on like if you want a broader reach. If you want broader reach, then short form is king, and then you get them into your YouTube channel where you can really have them really dive into your content. So that is the 4-step framework, and that's how you can go out there and apply it for yourself, whatever it is that you're trying to do. Because we all know that the more engaged following that you have, the more money you're making. And that's kind of what we teach on this channel. We teach a lot about social media growth and generating more leads online, but then actually how to build that into a profitable business. And again, like we talked about, there's 4 specific ways on how to build a profitable online business. If you would like to learn more about that, head on over to mentorwithnick.com. But I appreciate you watching this video. Make sure to share this with at least one person that can get value out of this, that wants to grow their YouTube channel or their social media following. And make sure to subscribe and leave us a comment. All right, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.